Hello and welcome to another edition of Dad's Diag. I'm here with my son,
Hi.
Tim, and today we're going to do some new headlights on a, what year is this?
2001 Volkswagen TDI.
2001 Golf TDI
1.9 ALH.
with an exhaust that goes right through the hood. But we have to replace these because this guy, all the reflectors are loose inside and it points to the ground.
We do have brand new ones.
So we got a new set of brand new ones. And we're going to try to take this apart because, as you can see, this bumper was kind of cobbled together
Zip ties and
after
such.
all these.
Just want to point out, I bought it like this. I didn't put it back in zip ties.
This is how he got the car, so we're dealing with what we got. And, all right, well, let me try to get set up and let's get started. All right, folks, we're going to start by trying to take as much of this area apart as possible without breaking things. It is German plastic, so we know what happens there. I'm going to get as many tools as I can to try to pop things out. There you go. Got that piece out. That leaves us with a bunch of nuts and bolts. Here, 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 here. Just take as much apart and then we're going to try to get this bumper off. I think that's the only way we're going to be able to get it to be able to take this apart, top and bottom, and reattach it. And this thing's been cobbled together over the years. This is a Torx bit. This is what appears to be a simple 10 mil. So we'll see. There's going to be a lot of looking for tools. Socket drawer, get my Torx bits. T20, too small. T30, too big. So it's got to be a T25. Yep. Yep. Okay. And I'm going to get my parts tray. I don't lose anything. And we're starting to rust up, so we got to be careful of that too. That's 10 mil. That's a different T. As I said, cobbled together. This is like a T15, T20.
You can always go to AutoZone and get some new ones.
Why?
Instead of having it cobbled together.
You can't get these there.
Yeah.
I could also use a 10 mil. You see, it does have a hex head. I like using the Torx. T25. Ooh. What is that? Put that up there. Let's get that out and that out. 10 mil, first try. And the center one. Tops of the headlights are loose. Now you got to figure out how to get, oh, looks like the bumper itself is two-piece. That should be interesting. Might have to go in through the wheel wells. Oh, this should be interesting. Let's take off a license plate. It's a hex head, but certain Torx bits will fit the hex head. Yep. By the way, this is a great find. This is a, all of these are 10 mil, and you can get them for $15 at Harbor Freight. It's got a couple impact rated, swivel heads, and different sizes up through ½ inch. So let's take off the license plate. Nylox nuts on the back. Let's get a pair of pliers to grab those. The reason I'm doing this is there's a good chance that what I need to get to is probably behind the plate. All right, gotta get the nut. Washer flew over here. At least I got to see it. By the way, folks, good tip for the day. When you put license plates on, try to get stainless steel hardware. Up in the Northeast where I am, Jersey and anywhere north, this stuff is going to rust, drip down, rust onto your plate, and it will be there permanently. Now you can head that off by getting good hardware. Get that at any Home Depot. Put that up there. We might have to go down below, see what's holding this all together. Yeah, there's some nuts in there in the wheel well. So that's going to be fun. I have to jack it up, take the wheels off just to get to the hardware. Unless I can put the Torx bits on a very small ratchet. ,25 inch. Let's see if the bits fit in there. That'll do. I'm basically detaching the wheel well plastic from the bumper. But instead of taking the wheel well off, we're taking the bumper. Let's work on this side. That's Phillips head. What's that doing? At least they're using screws. Something to be said for V-dub. One. That one's missing. That one's wrong. Let me get my light. I can see up in there. Phillips head. You got 2 bolts through the grill here that bolted on, and your bumper comes off, except for the lights. And I gotta find out how to get this off. Okay. And get the lights off, and you can take it away. What we're left with is the front of the car. Some solid steel. These guys are loose on the front, but I'm sure there's more holding it on. You just have to find it. I'm not taking that off. I don't think you have to. So let's get the light. Searching for more fasteners. Yep. 2 more on the bottom. 1, 2. 10 mil Phillips head. And 2 more Phillips heads. Let's get some more bolts out. Screw. Let's take out this Mongo Phillips head. That's a concrete screw. Yep. That's it. The ones on this side. These are a couple of self-tappers. Yep, self-tapper. I'm going to have to try to match up those new holes so I can get it into the metal. There. Okay. They're loose. if we can get this harness undone. There we go. Harness undone there. And the light bulb detached there. This is the harness for inside. Get you the rest of your bulbs. That way they can moisture seal them. Here's the moisture seal. Right there. And there's your adjustments here and here. It's a nice set. But when one of them doesn't work, they kind of both have to go. Oh, tell me the clip's broken on this guy. There we go. Second one's out. See the connectors here. This works all of the headlights. And this is for a marker light. And they're polarized. Not sure why. Find out when I get in there. Pop that off. You can pull the whole assembly out. We have LED headlights in for the mains. So we have to pull out the ballast, the regulator, so we can transfer that to the new. So let's get started on that. All right, folks, we got the headlight out, and you can see it's a little different. There seems to be a maybe a fog light there. I'm not sure. It doesn't exist on the new one. This thing already has all the light bulbs loaded, but I'm going to transplant the LED into the new one. So what we got to do, pop that off. So open this. Here's your ballast. Do the latches, and out comes your headlight. This is Sylvania, not those cheap Japanese or Chinese ones. So I should be able to just unplug the headlight bulb, plug this into that wire socket. It's a 3-segment LED, nothing in the front, just the sides. And it has to be put in just right, which it has a key here to make sure you don't put it in sideways. You want the beam to be spread out this way, not this way or this way. You'll blind everybody. So let's open this one up. Here we go. Undo the latch here. Pull the plug off first. Slide the latch back and pull the bulb out. I believe it's a 9007 standard single segment bulb. High beams are over here. Let me transfer this in. Look for the key. There. Keyed in. That should be interesting. Let's undo that. Add around. Got to route the latch under the heat sink and fan. Yes, these light bulbs have their own fans. Let's get that seated. Hope this fits. There, that's in. Seat the bulb. Yeah, it's in. And instead of plugging it onto the bulb, plug it into here. I don't know the polarity. That's going to be fun. Let's find the instructions. All right. These headlights are polarized. There is a plus and a minus on here. Normal incandescent bulbs, these are not polarized. It doesn't matter which end you put which. Current flows through in either direction. So it's not the same with this. There's a load of electronics in here. So now I have to determine which side is plus and which side is minus, which will probably require me having to plug this into the car, turn it on, and put a meter here to read. Put your leads in the right places here. Put it on the volts DC. Maybe you can see that. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. I will insert the meter leads like that. Headlights are on, and I'm not seeing any voltage. No voltage there. 1 millivolt. I got a running light. Just don't have a headlight. One millivolt. That's not good. Let's bring it up here. No extra cable. I don't have a choice. Oh, here we go. That is apparently the high beam. We have 11.2 volts. And that is negative, which means I've got those reversed. So if I swap them, words, now we're at plus. There's no symbol there. Plus 11 volts. Okay. So that makes this side plus. Yellow. Yellow wire is plus. So let's take the yellow wire, hook it up to this. And still don't have headlights. Yellow is plus, plus. I got no light. I've got no headlights. I got nothing. I got something to flash. Probably the high beams. Over here. Car may have to be on for the headlights to work. I have to get my son out here to help. Now let me take a break and figure this out, and I'll come back and show you. All right. Let's go on and get the second one swapped over. Should be much faster and easier now that I know how to do it. The only problem I might come up with is this little umbrella that covers the direct light coming out the front. Seems to hit the new headlight because it protrudes further. So oh, I see. Okay. Unlatch the bulb. Get it out from the latches. And here's the latches. I don't know if you can see that. That latches your bulb in. It goes over each end of this, holds it down. Now I can take that out. Unplug it. The new headlight assembly is already populated with all the bulbs. So all we have to do is take this bulb out. See? It's not even connected. Why? Why? Why is the new bulb not connected? That one comes out. Here's the problem we're going to have. Wider at the tip. See? Get it closer, but the camera can't focus that close. So let's find, here it is. White and black. Again, I don't know which is plus and minus. Got to do that again. But right now, let's get this bulb mounted. And I have to take this latch off. Yep. And reinsert the ends. Oh, they don't make this easy. That's what you get with aftermarket. Aftermarket bulbs, aftermarket fixture. The ones we removed were aftermarket. Got one arm in. Might need a pair of pliers to get the other one in. Go for a set of needle nose. Up. And it all snapped out. Almost, and he's in. Gotta get the bulb. Hitting the umbrella. There. There. Bulb is latched in, and he's sitting in there straight. And we're ready to go, except for figuring out which end. This one's different colors, white and black. I can almost assume the black is ground, but you never assume with German cars or aftermarket. They use whatever color they want to use. Now we got to do this all over again. He's clipped in. That. And I got this. Hopefully you can see that. Now I'll try my assumption first by putting the black lead in the black wire, red lead in the white wire. We'll see what comes up when I turn it on. We're turned on. And the polarity is 0 volts. Uh, we got a negative. So white is positive. Black is negative. The assumption would have been correct. Never assume when you're running DC circuits that rely on polarity. LEDs rely on polarity. Incandescent bulbs do not. So let's take this, find the plus sign up here, and put that on the white wire. And then I'm going to unplug this guy, properly tuck in the wires. There's the clip fell off. Don't want to lose anything in here. We'll never get it again. There we go. Take this back over. I put a piece of foam under the front to keep it from scratching. Ooh, straighten you out. All right. So we got the polarity correct. Let's tuck in our module. Apparently the adjustment is simple. Here, here, and here for adjusting, which we'll probably have to do. Let's get that. Oh, this one has it, so I'll just. We are sealed all the way around. Ready for installation. It's in. And let me do the second one. It's in, solid. We're going to go with it. All right. Now the question is, do we try to align them before we put the bumper on or after? All the controls for aligning it come through the top. So here's your controls for doing here and here, and there's one inside here. I'm not quite sure what it does yet. We got this attached. Nice and shiny. Get him started. I'm not going to tighten any of them yet until I get all of them in. Got to use the old paper towel trick. I'll show you what the old paper towel trick, unless you haven't seen it on 1,000 other channels. Little teeny piece of paper towel. Wrap it over the head. and it holds your screw until you get it in. Okay. Okay. Bumper's on there. Now what we have to do is put in the hardware around the wheel well. Okay, I'm back. We've got the headlights installed and plugged in, but we came up with a problem. Why don't you turn the headlights on? LED on here. High beam on here. Turn the high beams on. Now the high beam's on over here, and the LED's on over here. Somehow we have a wiring swap on this side. All right, folks. I finally figured out what was wrong with the wiring, and it wasn't the wires that were swapped and soldered inside. They built it wrong. They had the plugs on the bulbs, which were the same plugs on each bulb, high and low beam. They had them swapped inside the headlight. I could tell by the wire colors. The brown and orange were for low beams on both headlights. They put a black and white wire on the low beam. So all I had to do was reach in, which took a while. There was no room to move your hands. I reached in and swapped the plugs on the light bulbs. Now everything works. All right, we're back. We've got the headlights on. And as you can see, they are grossly misaligned. So I'm gonna have to pop the hood. Start adjusting them. Gonna need a Phillips head screwdriver. Sorry for the noise. It's a diesel. You see that one side coming down? All right, got them evened up. Now let's get the high beams set. See, that side's much higher. There she comes. And we'll bring the other side up a little bit. Looks about right to me, close enough. The reason we replaced the headlights, let me tell you after I shut off the engine, the reason we took the old headlights off is because the one side, the reflector broke and it could not be adjusted and it was pointing toward the ground. So as a Christmas present, I got him a new set of headlights. And yes, it's September 1st and now I'm putting them in. Looks like the job is done. Here's how they look. Kind of nice. There we go. And it only took me about 4 hours to put in. Would have been shorter if I hadn't had the wiring problem caused by the manufacturer of the aftermarket headlights. Even those, you get them, you don't have to believe that they're all set up right. And we'll call that that. And hope you had a good time, and we'll see you next time on Dad's Diag.